Shop with Ken B.
Man, we just chillin' at the house on the couch. Chillin' on the couch. We sittin' there lay back chillin', talking shit. We on the couch at the house. Chillin' on the couch. We drinkin', having fun at the house. We on the couch at the house. We chillin' on the couch. It's crazy how much fun we have sitting at the house on the couch. Posted on the couch. Subscribe to my channel, check us out. We on the couch.
Guys, welcome to On the Couch. One thing before we get started, we're about to start an episode. I really want to thank from the bottom of my heart our sponsors. And it's just not this one time that they've done something. It's ever since the show started. So first I want to send a shout out to Lost for Words. You can follow Lost for Words. And also Braids by Nissa. She does braids. You can support her business. Then not just her, also Eloise and Cynthia, both of them, they always support, and we really appreciate it. They're always sponsoring. And then also we had a sponsor too for the alcohol, Bum Rush Alcohol. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And we look forward, for you sponsoring us, and we benefit you guys again. Thanks so much.
All right, welcome back to another episode of OTC. I'm your host, Padu. That's my co-host, Reebie. We got Dee on here today. We got my cousin EJ on here today. And then we got Mel here again today. Today, we're gonna be covering a pretty serious topic. We're doing something for Black History Month, so I'm just gonna call this the Black episode. And the objective of today is I want to make sure we have a concise and real specific conversation. So we're gonna be starting with the beginning of whatever direction we get to go. So the first question, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. So for the Black community, or just for black people in general, where do y'all feel we have to start fixing our problems? Do we have to start fixing our problems and issues internally first, as far as in our own community, as the Black race as a whole, or do y'all feel like we need to fix our external, our environment, or how all the other races treat us, how white people treat us, how we being oppressed? Do y'all feel like we need to fix and handle that first? So I'm gonna start with Mel.
I feel like it's too far gone. It's nothing you could do. It's external issues. I feel like you sat around, like Black people as a whole, they sat around so long, just being happy with the minimum, of just living and getting by till the kids suffering, our generation. We suffering. We just gotta deal with what's being left over.
No. That is wrong. It is not too far gone.
That's how I feel.
Cause
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. Now, Bree, what you think it's internal? No, you think it's internal or you think it's external?
I think it's both, but I think we need to start with ourselves first. Because once you get your community, once you get that unity in your community, and then you go out there and step to another force, you untouchable. And we already the rawest thing walking. So if we was really to lock in with each other the right way and then go outside and
you don't have a community. I heard it. But you don't have a community.
But it's not nothing you can't build. You know what it is. We know
what
it is.
But why you don't have it? If it's nothing you can't build, it's too many Black neighborhoods for you not to have a community. But I understand what you're saying. But you don't have a community.
Yours is internal. Yours is internal. You're talking about us, right? Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead with you.
I feel like it's internal because at the end of the day, until we start respecting each other, how can you expect somebody else to respect your whole race if your whole race don't respect each other? Until we start respecting ourselves as a whole, should nobody else give us no respect? You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna get no respect due to the fact of how we carry ourselves.
Let's go, E.
I feel like it's mostly external, 99% external. And I say that 1% internal, but external is most of us, we act the way we act, and we feel like we gotta act this way because of how we treated by the majority. And it's a shame that they call majority and they call us the minority.
So I know in my opinion, they didn't teach us a lot of our history, a lot of Black history and but throughout the history of Black people, we done always been so close, so close to getting together as a people. And whenever they see that, whenever they see any signs of, oh, these niggas about to get together and they about to really make something happen, they either kill us, they either put drugs in our community.
COVID-19.
Oh, we going to today. Or they make regulations, rules, and laws in the government that specifically target us and that put all of us in jail. So I feel like, yes, we got to do internal first, but as far as internal, I feel like you have to do that with each family have to work on each family internally. That's how I feel about internally. But as far as us building a community, we can't build a community until we attack our external oppressors, because every time they see us build, they break it down. So I'm gonna go with external. Mel, you going with external too?
Yeah.
And then EJ, you going with external, and you saying internal.
But I do want to speak on something you said. But see, like how you said, like, see the Willie Lynch, you familiar with the Willie Lynch letter?
Yeah.
He, like, basically taught the white folks hundreds of years ago to keep us enslaved without enslaving us. You know what I'm saying? So, and we was enslaved. Slavery lasted over hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? We only been free for like 70 years. Like, it's hard to break something for hundreds of years and 70 years. You know, something that you used to, but you know what I'm saying? You still, a lot of people still got that slave mentality. That's why what's wrong with the black community today. Because, you know, like in the Willie Lynch story, he used like putting a black person, like separating, like categorizing black people, like house slaves and outside. That made the outside niggas envious of the house niggas. You know what I'm saying? By categorizing us.
Y'all still niggas.
At the end of the day, we're still niggas, but the inside niggas treat you better.
I'm gonna let Mel talk.
I'm gonna feel some type of way if I'm an outside nigga. And you in the AC and I'm outside working in the cane field.
I'm gonna let Mel talk after y'all finish, but then we're gonna have to get back to what we on. But go ahead, say what you want to
But I
say.
feel like it's just like, it's the circumstance. Then it's your people. Like, ain't nothing like a nigga who you know gonna let you rape their kids, but at the end of the day they gonna watch your kids. Or who you know they gonna get raped, but you let them watch your kids.
But it's not the fact about letting.
It ain't nothing.
They
about
ain't have
like,
a choice. People ain't have a choice, baby.
No. But at the end of the day, I got your kids. I'm a grown person. I could do anything to your kids. You hold me responsible for your kids. Your kids love me. Them white kids, and it's still to the day. I know I got aunties and stuff who watch white kids. Them be like they real mamas. Them people breastfeed them and everything. So you gonna let me watch your kids, but you will kill my child in the street, or you will hang my child, and at the end of the day you expect me to watch your children, and I got my kid. Like I'm at your house for Christmas, but my children got presents and they opening their presents, and I ain't at home with my children for Christmas. Who else gonna do that? Is nobody else that'll do that?
All right, let me get this. So within us, it was 3-2. So 3 of us, we said external. Y'all said internal. So we're gonna start with the external. On another time we talk about this, we'll get to the internal. But right now we're gonna start with the external. So y'all been talking about slavery. So this is how I feel. Slavery, it happened, and all the problems that we still have from slavery, that's what our mind. That's an internal thing. But as far as the external factors that slavery did to us, we would never, that wrong was never rectified. So every black person that was born after slavery was became illegal, everybody started off at a deficit. They freed us from slaves, and then they was like, all right, y'all free. Now y'all gotta figure out what y'all gonna do. Any other time in U.S. history, in the history of any other country, anybody they had oppressed, anybody that was slaves, they made sure they did something to help those people become parts of their new society and a part of the new and gave them things that would have helped them, get on their feet, because you went from being a slave to a free man. Now you got a family to take care of, and you got money to make, but you don't fit in this society nowhere, because where you was, you can't do that no more.
And then
So now everybody's, you speak on like the deficit, on how you feel like our deficit can be, how can it be improved? Like, what can they do to fix that wrong that they had wronged us with?
what could they do to fix it? What they could do to fix it?
Because we had a deficit. What can they do to catch us up to where we need to be? Or do you think it's nothing we could do? So that's the question. That's the question.
To catch us up.
They can do a lot.
Yeah,
of stuff.
I mean, yeah, and it's a lot that could be done to catch us up, but it's just you really gotta see like anything they do, any little help they give us, we turn it to gold. Like you give us the nothings from a pig and we make chitlin. Anything you give us, we make it better. So that's what I'm saying.
They know. That's why they
That's what I'm saying.
They
It's
don't
not an
figure it out.
internal issue. It's not about you know what we do internally. It's about external. You put us in a box and we act like this because we in a box. Like if we wasn't in a box, then we would. That's like crab. They say crabs in a bucket pull people down, but crabs in a pot of boiling water, it pull people down, but they pull people down because the water boiling. It ain't necessarily a crab just be moving around doing his thing. Like if you let me do my thing, I'm gonna do that's how I'm in a bucket. That's why I'm killing. I'm moving how I'm moving.
All right, you
It's a lot that could be did. The way they look at us, the way they treat us, we can get more opportunities. We could be treated as equals, and even for those that's white and they say they're not racist, or the ones that's not racist, even though we could be cool, but you still gonna look at me as a black person. We still gonna have two different ways of looking at stuff, and that's mainly what's messing everything up. Like we not equal. Or let's say I'm cool with this white dude. We could be riding somewhere, we get pulled over by the police. That police gonna throw everything on me. And that white privilege, man, that's real. Like, that's real. The police gonna throw everything on me, even with jobs. Not even based on my tattoos and my piercings, but they gonna miss all that. They gonna see my skin color. But the next white man that walk in behind me, I bet he get the job before me, or he might get a higher position. Even walking in the store somewhere, we might see, like, we could see each other. I don't know you from Adam to Eve, but just because we pass each other, I could speak to you and say what up. Or we could click clack. But you see a white person, it's like they scared to look your way. Or they don't know how to open their mouth and speak. Like I could be at work and I could speak, hey, how you doing, manners and everything. They won't even look your way, or they'll look at you and keep on walking. But it's a lot. But mainly, I feel like the equality is the main thing. That's number one. Like they could just treat us as equals and not look at us a certain way, and we could just have more opportunities.
And before we get to the deal, and the flip side of that, you was right. I don't think we ever gonna be. It's never gonna be no equals. We're not even equals. We're not even equals to each other. Listen, but let me finish.
Right, ain't nothing equal.
It's not about as far as this deficit. We can't become equal with them as far as you can't tell them about how to treat you. But the deficit that I'm trying to that I'm saying that they need to correct is our economic equality. Because we not economically equal.
I feel like this one should be done. I feel like segregation was the worst thing that could have ever happened to the black.
Integration.
Well, yeah, because I don't be knowing.
That's what we're gonna get to next.
I feel like we need to police ourselves. We need to judge ourselves. If we gonna put somebody in jail, it need to be straight black, only blacks in this jail. It need to be only blacks teaching these black children. And that's how it needs to be.
But you say that about the black on black. But I done been on jobs in a situation where it don't be the white man, it be the black nigga that's giving me the problem. I done been, you see Uncle Tom man nigga, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'm on a job, the white man is cool.
Who owns the company?
But it's cool.
The white man.
Right.
He listening to the white man's rules.
Right.
If it was all black people at the job, you wouldn't be saying, oh, this black nigga tripping. You'd just be saying, oh, this nigga tripping. Like, everybody black. It wouldn't be no black nigga.
To speak on that point, like black people, you act like black people, and they ask to be able to vote. Like that was their main thing, to be able to vote. But you never been liberated. Like your people still being hanged, and your people. You ask for education instead of liberation. Like you never you
go keep on.
Yeah, you never been freed. like stuff, like they never righted their wrong. They righted their wrong with everybody else. They never right, like everybody else get reparations all over the world.
Well,
Like,
free school,
niggas in
college.
America,
Lil-
the only
Lil D
people
about
who
to-
don't get reparations.
Lil D about to talk, and then I'm coming in after. Yeah.
Like with the reparations, like you did, like, cause my auntie, my grandmother, she a Indian, you know what I'm saying? She stay on the Indian Reserve in Lafayette and shit. And like they got like she get a check every month from, you know, the people like taking her shit, you know what I'm saying? But they promised us 40 acres and a mule.
But hold on, how much they took from you? They took everything. Like they took everything in America was built off your back, from the lights to everything. They took everything from you. So how you not getting reparations? You built the country. It's known you built the country. You fought their wars. You did everything for them. So how is it that you not getting reparations? In other countries, black people get reparations.
Cause guess what?
It's the only country.
We
In
is
Great
in
Britain,
America.
get reparations.
After this, let him come.
We
And then
in
I'm coming in.
America. America ain't for us. You see what I'm saying?
The world not for you.
The
Listen,
world
oh,
is
hold
for
on.
us. We started the world.
Hold on.
No, the world not for you.
Yeah, hold on.
It's not ran
Hold
by
on.
you.
I got it. All right, let me talk. So I'm about to say this, and then we about to go on to the next what you call it. But what Lil D saying is that this not for us. We was brought from a country damn near, what, 500 years ago? Anybody know that? 400, 500? Something like that. 5 to 400 years ago. People that come to America now, they are immigrants. They can go back home if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Black people here, it's no home to go to. Africans look at you, they like you a nigga. White people look at you, they like you a nigga. Mexicans look at you, they like you a nigga. Everybody in everybody else's country, they have their own place where they can go back to. The only race that's even close to black people are gypsies. And if you know about gypsies, they are a minority in the eastern part of the world. And they basically fucking nomads. They don't really have no country that they, you know, could claim a stake to, and that's us. So with the next what you call them, this is a good segue. Do y'all feel like any other minorities in the U.S. are quote unquote with us?
Mexicans.
No.
They with us. Mexicans, hey, we might get treated bad, but a Mexican,
Pre next.
real life a Mexican is white people, they might hate us, blacks, but they really hate Mexicans.
But I
You see
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
white people so like they got it so fucked up. Mexicans supposed to be with us, but they got them beefing with us. Oh,
Yeah,
y'all
they
want to build? Oh, they want to build a Mexican wall. Woo de woo de woo. So now they feel like f all of Americans. Like they supposed to be our friend. Every minority is supposed to. Every black, every other than white is our friend.
Okay.
They supposed to be.
Right.
I didn't
But the white people got them
Because-
treated.
But
look,
I
let me go.
didn't work around Mexicans, like real Mexicans. I didn't
Real
around-
Mexicans?
Yeah, real Mexicans.
And
But
stick
listen,
together.
no, I didn't work around
What?
real Mexicans. And you got it's like, and I done been all over the world. You got darker Mexicans and you got lighter. You got Mexicans that look like you. You wouldn't even know they was
Male.
Mexican.
Right.
Man, them people don't. It's just you a nigga, Negro. You ever shit?
Hey, negro, I almost slapped somebody on the job calling me negro.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So
guess what?
So for a Mexican to call you Negro, they totally apart
Y'all,
from
hold on,
your
let me get
struggle.
that,
Like
let me get that.
so my thing is I don't feel like
I
to
just
answer
say
your
one thing on what
question.
you got to say.
To answer your question, I feel like it's
You
no
got-
it's
one
no
thing.
minority. It's no minority that jumped in front. No pressure for you, like that stepped in and be like, oh, I'm gonna help the black or put you out of some type of struggle. Be like, I'm gonna stand up for. Ain't nobody never.
But
done
check
that
this
for
out though,
nobody
Mel.
black.
I swear to God, I done been on a job to where a black person getting treated bad, the other blacks just go watch. If a Mexican getting treated bad on the job, I done watch all the Mexicans pack up every tool they had. Man, look, yeah,
Yeah,
you treat
but
him
that-
bad, get what?
But that's
Nah,
Fuck, we all gone.
yeah, but that's
Black people ain't gonna do that.
Black people ain't gonna do that. Black man gonna let you just go out there.
besides the question
But
was
they sticking
the question
together.
was who gonna help
Right.
you.
We not
The
sticking
question
together.
was who
We
gonna
not
help you.
together.
The question was who gonna help you. They not gonna help you.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna help.
So
No black person.
let me let you answer. Do you feel like it's any race that's is quote unquote with us as black people? That's with
Africans
us?
not even with you.
Africans don't like it.
Yeah,
Man,
that's what
I
I'm
don't-
saying.
I don't feel like it's no race. To me, man, like we powerful, but if we just come together to accomplish anything, we could do it. I feel like everybody, like they really scared of us, and they know what we capable of.
I got something to say off what you just said. Keep on.
Like they scared of us, and they know what we capable of, which is
And-
why they push us down and make sure we don't do that.
And this was, and black people have been in this country for over 400 years, how are we still a minority? It should be no reason that black people that have been in this country for 400 years are still a minority.
Yeah.
What we is, 13, 14? We're like 13,
This
14%
is America.
Right. And I understand.
We as African Americans.
We're getting, they're targeting, they're specifically lowering our population so we can't do it.
But you understand the reason why you are a minority, because when stuff happened like Freddie Gray and Alvin Sterling and all this stuff happened, you go out and protest. They put Trump in office, then what they did to Trump, impeach Trump, they go crazy.
He take it too far.
They go crazy.
We ain't on that. He took it too far. He took it too far.
Crazy.
We ain't even gonna talk about that yet. He took it too far.
They go crazy at Capital City.
But I'm
and
saying,
that's the difference.
but how can we protest about Alvin Sterling getting killed by a white man, but we can't protest when Ray killed a black man?
What you talking
We
about?
contradicting ourselves.
That's
It's
bullshit. What you talking
about?
Hey, no. Look, y'all.
Who's the same Ray? All the Ray.
Look, this is what
I
we
know
talking
most
about.
niggas that stepped on shit that
And or something gonna happen to them. I promise you that.
This what
I know
we
niggas
talking
walking
about.
around right now that
We
stepped on shit.
ain't getting to that.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to them white people.
Y'all going too far.
That's
Y'all
the thing.
going too far. All right, so look. Now this is the last thing we're gonna touch on right now. So I think a lot of, and this has to do with also black people, just like what you was saying, how like black people ain't together and stuff. We not educated enough to know that it's not our fault that we not together. So I feel like in schools and in curriculum, even if your schools don't do it, black people, you need to teach your kids. You need to teach your kids whatever history you want to teach them. Because them white people, they go back, they lie, the whole textbook, everything we got in our textbook, it's a lie. It's all a lie. So black people as a race make up our own lies. Black people ain't never did nothing wrong with black people.
Right.
We gotta change the narrative of our own race, because the narrative that they teach us in school is just that this is the only thing they teach about black people. We was in Africa, our own people sold us. We got over here, we was just some dumbass slaves, and then we got free, and then we turned into criminals, and then we decided we wanted civil rights. That's what they taught us in school. They ain't teach nothing that we did good. Only person they talked about was, what's the peanut man name? George Washington Carver. They said they only
halfway told us to.
They don't tell us about nothing that we provided or that we improved or that we tried to do to improve our own race and also improve the country. So I feel like on that end, do y'all feel like curriculum and teaching our future and our kids anything, do y'all think that'll do more for us than the white people ever doing anything for us would do?
It would, because it'll make them look differently, like, okay, well, I need to know that I need to support my people, because my people, first of all, the man who got us here was a nigga who guided the boat. So, everything, niggas did everything, that's what it is. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I fuck with my people. Like, I don't even want to deal with you white people. I don't care what y'all got going on. Fuck LSU. Yeah, I'm going to Southern.
Fuck LSU! Let's go. Let's go. Let me go ahead.
What's the question?
So do you feel like, did y'all feel like changing curriculum would do a lot would do more than even white people could do to improve our race as a whole?
I feel like they got a lot of the black history that's not being told. Like they halfway telling the story.
Are they fabricating?
They only telling us what they want us to know, versus the real, what was really going on. Like we was watching Roots earlier today, and I seen on Roots they got one white man running the whole fucking plantation. It's 50 black people. One white man with one gun.
Right.
How this nigga controlling everything? Yeah. That just don't seem real to me. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like that. I feel like if they had niggas over, a white man over a bunch of niggas, it had to be more than one.
I feel like it'll do a lot. Like that's teaching us more. Cause if us missing out on something, that ain't doing us no good. Cause me being little in school, I ain't gonna stunt. All I know is mostly what the white people did or what this did, now that I look back on it. So growing up, I'm thinking this shit a game. All I'm hearing is what other people outside of school saying, but I'm thinking it's a game because I don't know the real. But when I seen it for myself, which go back to why I say we act like we act because of how we treated. When I seen it for myself, I'm like, Man, this shit real. So I'm with my people now. This shit real.
Alright, go man.
I feel like it ain't necessarily about. I don't feel like it's about the curriculum. I feel like when I don't have to be 10 times smarter than the white person, I could just be a little bit smarter than the white person and get the job. Like a black person, you gotta be 10 times smarter to do. They say you gotta be this much better. When I don't have to be this much, I could just be a little bit better and get the job. I feel like that's or get where I need to be. I feel like that's the most important thing to teach my child. Like you don't gotta, ain't nothing wrong with you. You don't gotta do nothing extra. You just gotta be right. Being right is enough. Like you know what I'm saying? That's I don't feel like it's good.
Like what Mel said about you gotta be better than white person. I done been on a job.
Like 10 times better though.
You
Not just better. You gotta be 10 times. Like the person, a white person who know the same thing you know, gonna definitely make way more money than you. Just cause it's set up for him to succeed. Like you know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. And that's the way it works. That's just the way it works. You gotta be 10 times better. When that's not the case, then I feel like you'll be in a better situation. But your kids learn that because, like EJ was saying, when your kids got to go to work every day and they got to deal with having to speak to people and they don't speak back to them, that's something everybody ain't used to this. You got to deal with it. Or like, it's just bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. And then how you were saying, like, about black people kill black people, but black people kill black people because we in the struggle. Like, we in the struggle together. And you who I see, you who they putting that pressure on, so we in the pressure cooker together.
Alright, now I see y'all want to lean into like the internal what you call, so I'm about to bring it in to where we could get to the internal. But I'm gonna let EJ say what he got to say right quick, and then we're gonna go into the internal conversation.
Yeah, but like I just got one thing, like he was saying, like Mel was saying with we gotta be 10 times better with the white person. I'm in school. I'm probably like. It's me and one other black dude in the class. But I'm letting all the little white girls and the white dudes cheat off my paper. But I'm the one that gets sent to the office for cheating. But y'all got the answers from me. So that kind of go back to what he's saying. You got to be 10 times smarter than a white person to even be recognized to do what you got to do. Not just that 1% or that 1 time or 2 times smarter.
And alright, so on to the internal what you call. So I feel like for black people to improve internally, the first place it gotta happen, like the very first, it gotta happen within your immediate family, within your mama, within your daddy, within your sister, within your brother, within your first cousin, within your auntie, like your immediate, the closest people you got into your bloodline, it have to start there, cause right now, in my opinion, it's the blind leading the blind. Like they got mothers and fathers that focus on fighting with each other so much and focus on just shit that don't matter, and they not teaching their kids, they not helping their kids to even realize that it's a bigger picture. So their kids grow up and they gotta find out everything that's wrong with the world on their own. So we already starting at a deficit. Now, your mom and your dad ain't even giving you game, or your family not even giving you game. Really, they hurting you because they keeping you focused on, not to say it like this, they keeping you focused on nigga shit. They keeping you focused on hood shit when it's a whole world out here that's against you that you don't even know yet. If you can make it out the hood, and then as soon as you get out the hood, them white people tear you down, and then you gotta go right back to the hood.
Right. So
I feel like the family, the black family unit, I feel like that's the first, if we ever trying to improve internally, that's the first place it gotta happen, the first. Now, I just want to ask y'all, do y'all agree with that statement right now?
I definitely agree.
Yeah, like 50% is what you said, and I feel like the other 50, not as far as our parents not putting us on game. Maybe they been trying to put us on game, but let's keep it real. We little or we growing up. We in the process of becoming adults. We gonna listen to our partners more than we listen to our parents. Our partners not gonna tell us you know, put us on game. They might try to, but they on some other shit.
I know I know me personally. If my mom and my dad told me something, could nobody else in the room tell me that he was wrong. And I know that may be just a me thing. I know it because everybody got their own mind. They got their own thinking. And I know sometimes hearing it from somebody your age will make you be like, yeah, maybe they right. We young. We know what we talking about. Like we feel like we relate, but. I feel like it gotta be installed in every kid now, and especially if your people know what they talking about, that you gotta listen to your people.
Like,
y'all have to talk to y'all kids. Y'all have to.
But just like you said, I feel like internally, I don't feel like it's about family. I feel like internally, like white people, they got our kids, the kids, like bad white kids, they go to the war. They send them to the military, and then they fight for their country. And white people willing to die for their freedom. I feel like it's not about family. When you get black people who actually willing to die for, their freedom and they willing to die for, what they believe in. I feel like that's what's going on, cause that's the only thing they're gonna respect. Like you in so far much of a deficit, like you say.
And look, and this is what I'm about to say. They're ahead. We can't compare shit we doing to what they doing. They ain't everything that they got going on don't have nothing to do with us. The only thing we could base our experience off of is what black people done did, how black people done better, and how it. Only thing we could base our life on is what black people done did, because that's how we get treated by the rest of the world. Now you gonna hear it,
But when you say based off what black people did, we built America.
That's what I'm saying.
Like we built, like they had to come get us to make this motherfucker run.
We built America, and we're slaves.
Exactly, but they promised us 40 acres and a mule. You see what I'm saying? That's why we got enslaved, because they say, look, y'all come over to America, we got y'all 40 acres and a mule. Look, y'all gonna be straight. But the whole process, they putting shackles on us.
But at the end of the day, another point, you got people who never made it to be slaves. Like sometimes death is better. Like you got people who wouldn't treat certain stuff. They're
not standing for that.
Yeah,
they're not going for that.
They're not going for
I'm not finna be no fucking slave.
But at the same time,
you gonna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm
right.
not
Find somebody else to be your slave.
They had a lot of slaves that jumped off the boat.
Right. That's
a lot. But
right.
A lot of them didn't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Because they ain't stand up.
Right. And that's all I'm saying. You gotta stand up. You gotta be willing
to
you gotta be willing to die to really change something. If you ain't willing to die, you just gonna go through the same thing everybody else been going.
But I'm saying, if you the only, if out of all us right here sitting on this couch, if you the only one willing to die, what change that's gonna make?
It's gonna make a big
It's not.
It can start with one.
It's not unless all us willing to die behind the same cause you willing to die.
Yeah, no.
But
he right. No, he right.
Until that, it ain't gonna never be no shit. He's gonna be, that nigga died old. Pray for me, everybody moving on.
That's what we're going with at this moment.
Until everybody ready to die about that, it ain't gonna change.
Hold on, look. It gotta start with one person.
It started with one person 100 million times.
100 million times.
Look, you just said it earlier. You said before the camera, you was like, somebody could be beating police could be beating somebody's mama up about.
And nigga ain't gonna do nothing.
And he'll watch it happen.
And nigga gonna record.
His mama may be willing to die for him, but he'll watch this and be like, he's so scared of institute. He can't. He won't do it.
But if his mama was willing to die, she would never.
But if there's a whole community of motherfuckers willing to die behind this boy mama,
then
it's gonna be a change. Guess what? I'm willing to die behind his mama.
Right.
And this gonna go into the next what you call it. And this fall on the mental health too. We all. Let me go
back to yours. How you said internal family. That is cool where it starts, but it really takes a village to raise a child. So it can't just be the family. The whole.
That's what I know. But that's where you have to start. You gotta start with your end. You gotta start with your house. Because if you don't start with your house and you expecting everybody else to do it, they doing the same thing.
But what if somebody's house not like that? So now you gotta start with that. You gotta.
Then once you get your house straight, you can help everybody else.
But see, everybody was raised different. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody, because I was raised like shit. I got plenty of ass whooping from my homeboy mama. And get what? I take that ass whooping. Look, please don't tell my mom you whooped me. Because if you tell my mama will whoop my ass again. You see, nowadays, you whoop somebody else's child, it's a problem.
Right. They
You
want
see, you gonna have to kill a nigga behind whooping it. You see what I'm saying?
So look.
That's just how it is.
This way going to, so we're gonna get into the mental health aspect as not. So we got a lot of trauma and passed down stuff that we probably don't even realize that it'll take them to probably all of our whole lives to fucking unpack and get to. As far as everybody, even stuff we don't even realize. You was just talking about whoopings. I don't know. I kind of believe in whoopings and stuff like that, but to what you call them, it's like to a certain extent, it's like
That's slavery.
that's so it's so much. I was sitting down trying to come up with this. I was sitting down trying to come up with this, and I was trying to think like, what's the beginning of like what's some of our mental stuff that we don't even know. And it's so much that I'm like I can't even wrap my head around. It's so much mental stuff that we have to unpack as a race that we probably won't be able to unpack it until after.
But get what? It's so crazy because like you say that about the whooping and shit back in slavery.
It really put you.
Get what?
It hurt you to see.
Oh, get what? You gonna get your mind right.
You gonna get your mind right.
All right.
And them slaves got their
So-
mind
so-
right. That's why they went.
All right.
And look.
All right.
That's
That's
passed down
belt. Get what?
That's passed down conditioning. That was passed down conditioning from people that were slaves. They was like, this is what they did to get me right. This is what I'm doing to get my kids right. So that's what I'm saying. It's stuff that we got in our own community, like mental issues that we probably don't even realize. But mental health is also a big factor as far as us getting to a better place. I don't even know where to start with that. I'm just bringing it up because I know that it's a problem.
The main mental health is we always in survival mode.
That too.
Like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Everybody always answer. So you don't know what somebody could ever actually be because they always worry about their necessities. No, like what you need to live. You're not worried about your wants.
But all that come based off of the slave mentality that they instilled in us.
No.
If I tell you you can't steal for 300 years and stealing is wrong, and if you steal, I'm gonna kill you. You steal for the next 300 years. Everybody under you go, man, look, stealing bad. You see what I'm saying? So it's like something that's instilled in us.
God gave you free will. God gave you free will. It's just like somebody. You go out, they let you out free from favor, that you have your own land. You make it good, but when you make it good, they want it. They burn the shit down. It's like Wall Street, the Black Wall Street.
Let EJ go because we about to wrap it up, so we need to get to the
And
end.
like most of us, I ain't gonna say most of us, but like some of us, we trapped in that box because how we know we could be treated or how we been treated. So we not gonna step out that box. But if I want something, man, I'm not about to sit up and be like, oh, they white, they're not gonna let me get it. Man, I'm gonna walk in, high step, chin up like I'm that nigga. And they not gonna give me no position on it, or they not gonna keep talking to me because of how I'm talking, because I've been to amaze them. But they'll give me that chance because they wanna know more about me. They wanna know where I came from or who I know. Because I'm stepping in, I came out my box. I ain't scared to come out my box.
All right.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. All right. So to end this, I don't know. I feel like even though we're going through the pandemic and everything, I don't know. I just got like a feeling. I feel like this is a good time as far as black people, even just how we being represented in media and how many black people are in a position of power. I feel like we headed for a black renaissance. That's just me. I don't know, but being as Black History Month, it's some black stuff that I want y'all, some black films that I want y'all to watch. Malcolm and Marie, One Night in Miami, the movie that just came out on HBO Max, Judas and Black Messiah, and Sylvia's Love. I feel like that's good for y'all to watch it. I want it, if they got older people watching this, let your kids watch it. All these movies, they show complex black characters and they show them either in a good light or a bad light. But it's gonna be good for them to see, just see something that they haven't seen. Cause I know growing up, they didn't have shit like this on TV about black people to watch. So I'm watching this now and I'm like I'm realizing how good we are as a race. Not that I feel like we was bad, but like we got so much to offer, and then we got so much that we did and tried to do. And us being in this position, it's not on us. This was done to us. So I feel like everybody needs to watch those movies, study up on them, show them to your kids, and educate your kids, teach your kids, and to be honest, it's all about the future to this point. So this was our Black History Month episode. We ain't gonna do no music this episode because it's serious. Leave this out on the side note. I'm your host Padu. That's your co-host.
Reebie.
That's my dog. Liddy. That's my cuz.
EJ.
That's Mel.
Yeah.
And we been OTC. We out. We catch y'all next week.